you edit a lot of shit out of this, Alex.
Hey, girl,
I'm editing this one.
Jason.
This is gonna be a Dynamite hour.
This is
Whoever edits it,
several.
You better.
be ready.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Wow.
Everyone.
Oh, no.
We're gonna play real life Pokemon. We're gonna see a spider fight a cockroach. I want to take bets. Alex, who do you got? Spider,
Spider.
cockroach. Hannah,
Cockroach, and if I'm wrong, I drink all this. And if I'm right, I drink all this.
Daisy,
Cockroach.
Jason.
My money.
Oh,
Everyone's
cockroach
going
gonna
for
win now.
cockroach. I'm going for spider.
We got two
Yeah,
spider.
Team Spider.
We got two spider. We got two cockroach. I'm gonna go. None of us are gonna
Roach
win.
The guy's gonna get attacked by both of them.
Roach Gang, what's up?
We're all watching you.
Just saying, you don't have to report if your apartment's infested with spiders, but you do have to if it's
Roach
infested
gang.
with roaches.
Get
I
Guys,
don't know what you just said, Hannah.
cannot
but I
stress
like
how
what you
drunk
said.
I am.
Oh no.
Welcome to Dynamite Hour. I'm super
Okay.
drunk. What's up? I only know a little bit
Hold
about
on,
the show.
Hold on.
From-
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh God. What's happening? What?
They're fighting. They're fighting.
Oh. What? Why?
Wait,
Why?
wait,
Welcome to the Dynamite Hour.
Do that again. Do that again. One
Take
more
on.
time.
do it again.
No!
I didn't know
No!
there's a watch stream.
Oh.
Matt, you cheated!
Take two.
You motherfucker!
Take two.
You cheated!
Here we go. Spider versus cockroach.
No, you cheated! You motherfucker!
He's just like, hey, come on. He's playing with. Didn't your mom ever teach you not to play with your food?
Right? This is playing with your food.
It's like Squid Game.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Music
thought we already talked
Stop
about
it!
Squid
We
Game.
just
Wait for
finished
it.
talking
I
about Squid
know.
Game.
I'll never forgive you, Matt.
The protein
Welcome.
of the future.
Welcome to
Dynamite
Dynamite Hour.
I'm
Welcome
Matt.
to...
Joined with Stacy
Hi, it's me.
and Jason.
Hey, it's me, Jason, and I cannot believe what. Actually, I can believe what I just saw. And I think that's more disappointing.
Yeah, we've seen worse.
Yeah,
And
that's
we
true.
I'm
I've seen
Matt.
2 girls,
We-
1 cup. Sorry, go on.
Grow up. Grow
I
up.
haven't.
You just dated yourself. That's all you did. We're joined with guest. We have Alex
That's me.
and Hannah.
I am very drunk.
Hi
Yay!
there. I'm
Oh,
Matt.
drug.
These are the
Dynamite
Very
Hour.
hydrated.
Chaos time.
yeah. These are the 2 other dinguses that do another podcast with me called the 3 hours later. Just 3 hours later. I don't know why I did the.
No, it's
The
the now.
Facebook.
We just
Because it's
got
the
done-
sequel.
It's 'cause
It
dark
is. It's the
side.
squeakquel. Some will call it.
Oh God.
just got
Does that
done
mean I have
talking-
to pitch like the everything
All
up?
of it. Yeah.
And
Can I
I'll
be
do-
Beador? I
No.
want to be Beador.
You got to be the. What was that one meme where they're like, why is she wearing a dress but she has a rodent pussy out?
I don't know, but Matt Simon, because
They call that a russie.
Wait, what am I
Russ.
then? I have glasses too.
We just got done talking
Oh.
about Squid Game on.
Oh no. Hold on.
Oh, beans.
My shit crashed.
Why are you back?
The fuck happened?
Alvin Simon.
I don't know. You logged
Beador.
That was recorded.
your chat. Are we still recording?
Yes.
Oh.
Which is weird.
Oh.
And we're back.
And we're
Through
back.
Dynamite Hour episode here. Again, we just got done talking about Squid Games. Check it out on 3 hours later. But now we're going to talk about something else. We haven't really reviewed stuff on the Dynamite Hour. This is kind of the first.
Yeah, we usually just like either react to things or just try to like stumble through the dark and find entertainment somehow.
And just leave it up to you to edit it into something that is slightly coherent, but still not enough.
Yeah. What are you trying to say about my editing?
Huh?
To the topic.
So we are going to talk about Midnight Mass.
Hold on,
Yes.
are we just jumping right into it?
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay,
Please,
all right,
I
all
want
right.
to talk about this.
Unless you got something. I had the video. That was it.
No, it's fine. You know what? Hold on. I want to share one TikTok. I showed Matt and Stacy before, but it was on a lost episode that
Oh,
was lost.
His head is so big and his hands are so small.
his hair is so big.
It's like a mascot.
Explosion in my mouth. It's like, holy Toledo. It's like 9/11.
This dude's been on Grinder.
Holy Toledo. It's like
You know.
9/11.
Stacy.
I'm just saying, if you go to downtown Fresno, you meet a lot of guys like that.
I
Hey, it's been 20 years. We can make fun of it now.
It's like there's an explosion in my mouth.
That's the rule.
you can't. No.
Yeah, you can make fun of
No.
tragedies 20 years after.
You can make furniture out of what?
What?
What did you say?
Me?
I thought you said you could make furniture out of.
I did not.
Anyway, so I have one question I want to ask you guys.
Dynamite hour.
Yeah, really. I'm a little drunk. This is my fourth.
Yeah, as a
this
fan
is my
of your
fourth
podcast,
vodka.
I'm glad we're on brand.
We only have 2 viewers, and we're in the room. You're
We've
lying,
got a
Hannah.
whole 3 viewers.
Yeah,
But Stacey uses my account, so it's only 2.
yeah.
I
All right.
don't watch this bullshit. Are you kidding me?
So Alex and Hannah, I have a question I like to ask of all new guests of things.
All 2 of you.
Yes. I've already asked Matt and Stacy. I don't know if we've discussed this on the Dynamite Hour, but
We're not.
Yeah, we could do ours for like examples. 'cause I
yeah.
don't think
So
we have.
my favorite question to ask people is if you could have any superpower at all,
Oh.
anything you can imagine, but it has to be unique to you. It can't be taken in like comics, books, TV, movies, etc. What would your superpower be? So, for an example, hold on, hold
Not
on, wait,
fair
wait.
though. No, what I was gonna say. This is not Dynamite Hour. This is that movie podcast.
Hey, it's still my
era.
question.
Roots.
So
I'm
mine,
just saying.
mine would be I would have an exploding high five. So every time I high five somebody, it's like explosion. That's where I got the name for my superhero used to be Dynamite Boy. So I would like in high school I'd like draw little Dynamite Boy comics, and he would make friends with the bad guys, and then they would do something really messed up, and he'd be like, "Oh, that was cool," and then high five him and explode him. So like he
Isn't
was
that
the
just
good
Rex
guy
from
by making friends
Invincible?
with the bad guys.
Isn't that just Rex from Invincible?
I guess it kind of is, but I made this up a long time ago. So when I was like 15.
Robert Kirkman, you owe Jason money.
Yeah. All right. So Stacy, what was your superpower?
I know I had 2. I can't remember what the other one was, but I remember one of them was the ability to know how much beverage is in an opaque container.
You'd be able to
Like,
see through like
looking at
drink
it?
containers to see if somebody put their
Yeah.
cigarette butts out in it or whatever.
Yeah, like I could like just like look at like a can or whatever and know like, oh, that's a full can. There's a thumb in there. I don't know. It was a really
though?
it
What
was
is
a
it?
really
What is the name of that superpower?
Look, a thumb.
It's like-
unnecessary
Quarter.
X-ray girl.
Only
There-
for thumbs,
I
though.
had another one. I can't remember what it was though.
So my superpower was whenever I took a nap, I would stop time,
That's right. I forgot about that.
and I wouldn't age.
So you would always be awake to everybody else.
Yeah,
Yep. Where you just see me like walk away for like a second, and then just come back super refreshed, or probably more tired than I left. usually.
Yeah, because when you wake up from a nap, you don't recover. You're just like, I wish I was still asleep.
Water.
so would you just continue, like, just always take naps then and not
Yeah,
sleep?
whenever well, when I nap, Alex, I nap. It's
well,
like
that's
a n-
sleeping.
Yeah, well, so there's sleeping, and then there's Matt napping. A
What's,
Matt nap is
what's
about
sleep
4
but
A
a,
Matt nap
just
is like
a really
6
long
hours.
nap at night?
Like a friend of mine
Sleep
used to say, you took a sleep.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so a normal sleep is 2 Matt naps.
Oh, okay. Matt nap.
you can try to wake him and he will pretend like he's gonna get up, but
It's
he's
because
not
time
gonna
has stopped.
actually move from where he is.
Oh.
All right, so Hannah, you got an idea of a superpower?
To get out of awkward situations. Like, I'd like it to be something where if I was done listening to you, you would know it, but you wouldn't have to acknowledge it. Like, you'd be like, you'd see like a flash behind me and be like, all right, I'm done.
And they would just
I
like
gotta
walk
leave your
away.
house now.
Just be like,
I
"Okay."
gotta,
Yeah,
I gotta,
like-
I gotta leave your house.
Whether you're
Here's
done or not, you would understand I'm done listening.
Yeah.
This is as much as I can put towards you. We're good now.
so just like at a stand-up comedy club, you just want to give people the light.
Yeah, just like a pop behind me, and you'd be like, message received. Thank you for listening.
I was gonna say it's like Batman's superpower where he just like vanishes because he's done talking.
Yeah.
Super douchebag power.
If you really turn around at the right time, you'd see me like ducking behind something. But in reality, I'm just like behind it, like.
Are they gone yet?
How about you, Alex?
I would see if I was. How about this? I'm gonna slightly inconvenience you with whatever it is. Like if I'm annoyed at you, then there's like a rock in your shoe. And it's like, why is there a
Just
rock
little?
Oh
in my
God!
shoe? Slightly inconvenience. And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna really fuck you. I'm gonna, and then like you walk away, and then another like rock comes out of nowhere and it's in your shoe again. And you're like, damn it. It just drives you crazy. You're just insane with this like small inconveniences. Like, this like lint in my eye. And just random stuff.
At what
You
point am I
are-
like
yeah.
fucking? Every time I talk to Alex, like my foot just hurts.
Yeah.
You
Get
are
like an itch on my back. I
That's
can't
the-
scratch it.
That's
Like,
death
just,
right
by
there.
1,000 paper cuts.
that's just
man.
the gout, Hannah.
Gout talking.
All the weird meats.
You see, I shouldn't eat chicken, but I just keep eating chicken.
I love the organs.
What the fuck? So anyway, yeah, thank you guys for I love that question. I love hearing people's answers. So you made my night already. Hannah's trunk.
It's like Hannah's making her own night.
Hannah's having a
See, I
completely
don't have a
different
boss
night than
anymore.
us. I don't have a boss
So-
either, but that's just because I am
You created your own boss.
actually yeah, my
Uh,
children are my bosses.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, you're married.
I want to talk to your momager.
But what if I knock down my Skeletor and nobody's here to tell me to put it back up?
Did it make a noise?
It definitely made a noise.
Yeah, but are you actually there enough to hear it?
You guys are literally hearing me try to stand my like it's in my hand right now.
I bet you're trying to pour another drink.
Like when I say Skeletor, I'm not exaggerating saying like Skeletor, but it means like something else. It means like
Right.
What would that mean?
Skeletor.
A dildo? A bone dildo?
A boner?
I'm not there yet.
Ah.
Yet.
So we ready to
Oh,
before we get into the main
Skeletor fell,
topic?
guys.
So we're gonna talk about Midnight Mass. And Midnight Mass, we're gonna spoil it.
Big time.
Sure we are. Sure we're going to.
We're gonna attempt to. But within the show Midnight Mass, there's miracles going on, and I want to start this by showing you an actual miracle.
Oh no. Awesome.
What if instead I made these two-man figures kiss?
That's a
That could
miracle in itself.
happen.
That's a miracle.
Oh,
But-
there we go.
But join the stream here, and I will show you a undeniable miracle. It says.
Undeniable miracle.
That's what the title of it is.
Heads off.
Undeniable miracle, lengthening of a short
New head.
hand.
Hannah, are you
Wait, oh my God! Wait, is this?
I dropped the
affecting my
head on the
baby
ground, but it's
hands?
cool because I have another head.
in? Are you in the
Well,
stream, Hannah?
Slightly inconvenienced.
Yeah,
Will this fix my baby hands
maybe.
that are too
All right,
It'll
we're
just
gonna,
grow your-
small for
Hannah,
you a toenail.
are you in the stream, Hannah? Are you watching Matt's stream?
We need to fight each other, but
All right, we're gonna play without Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah's gone.
Get ready for a miracle.
Now I'm
Hannah
watching.
gets sober is a-
I'm watching the stream.
It's a miracle.
That's the actual miracle.
Guys, I've
We
gone
gotta
off the
design-
rails.
It's great. I
Here we
love
go.
Is
it.
it playing yet?
I don't have a
One
job
of the
anymore.
hands is shorter than the other. Look at that. This is incredible. Her left hand is growing.
Stacy, go to him for your toenail.
Yeah.
Let the
normal ass
toenail just
toes.
grow.
Hey! How dare you talk about my toe?
Toenail form.
True fact. No woman has
I
10
can't help
toenails.
it.
At
I
best,
can't-
they have 9.
No, I can't help that my little toe is small. I have 2 little toes.
It's a little baby toenail.
Oh,
It's
I
fine.
Got a little, I got
Weird
little
fact.
peaky toes.
You know when my egg cracked? When I realized I only had 9 toes.
What? What?
You only have 9 toes?
Or 9 toenails.
No, I have 10 toes, but 9 toenails. It's a
Okay.
crazy
Oh.
thing.
That's what I thought.
Mm.
Where are you missing a?
Which
never
toenail
mind.
are you missing?
That's a personal question. Never mind.
That's
Clearly
I'm
the
not afraid to
pinky.
ask the hard questions here.
Jason,
Always the
Jesus
pinky.
Christ.
The pinky's like the
So
best one to
it's
miss.
it's
Get
becoming
rid of it.
vestigial.
It's a pointless toenail. Get
Yeah,
rid
it's
of it.
becoming vestigial. You don't need it.
I
Yeah.
mean, my
can't-
grandma was missing
You
both her
can't
pinky
fend off
toenails.
predators like a chicken.
Here's the
She
two
just-
things I've learned this
She
week.
had the person like paint her like the little flesh on her pinky toes. Like she
The
had
two things I've
toenails.
learned this week: no toenails on the pinky toe. No fucking need for it. It's pointless.
Yep.
It's a
Exactly.
no-go for the pinky toe.
What happens if you like?
I
jam
drank the
it-
whole bottle, guys.
Now
Oh
what?
shit!
What happens if you jam it into
Dynamite!
the door
Hand it to-
jam or
Hand it to
something?
communion.
Because I ran my pinky toe into the door
I would like
jam the
two
other day,
conversations.
the
Uh-huh.
I
door
know.
frame, and I started cursing up a storm. And Matt woke up out of like his like he was almost asleep and was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And I was like, "I stubbed my pinky toe," and he looked at me like, "You fucking stupid bitch," and went back to sleep.
I didn't. No, I said
One,
Oh, and then I went to sleep.
He's not
Well,
wrong.
he looked at me like,
but
"God."
also,
No, I
We're getting
should.
murdered,
Yes.
He
so I
looked at
can
me
go back
like,
to my
"God damn it," and went back to sleep.
as somebody whose cat tried to kill him this morning,
Oh, that's right.
sleep. Oh yeah, and then earlier.
Your
or
cat tried to
later-
kill you.
recently, too.
Why?
I've got a bruise right here that you can't see because of makeup. It's a whole thing.
Where you caught a door or something?
Oh, I fucking slammed it into my door jam so hard.
Your
I
cat
have
slammed it into your
almost-
door jam?
No,
No, I did. My cat tripped me at 6 a.m. in the morning and I died.
Sometimes you
It's
almost
a miracle.
step on your cat and
Hey.
you have to like do some weird fucking shit to
It's-
avoid from stepping on your cat, and you end up really injuring yourself in the process. And I have
Banjo!
girl, and yeah.
All right, so we came here to
All right,
talk
yeah.
about Midnight
Let's
Mass.
talk about Midnight Mass. Sorry.
Hey guys, so I watched
Almost
a few
midnight.
episodes. I
Yeah.
watched a few episodes of the Dynamite Hour, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I can
You're-
tell.
you're
I
on-
love
you're-
it.
You're on par.
I'm on board.
It's midnight. Let's talk about Midnight Mass.
Yeah, let's
Midnight
do it.
Mass.
So while everyone was blowing up Squid Game, there was actually a better show out.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And literally all the memes were just Squid Game, but I'm like, oh, I want to watch this one because this seems a lot cooler. And I was right. This is the one to watch. Again, if you watched the 3 Hours Later episode that we just recorded and probably up around the same time, definitely watch Squid Game. But first, if you haven't seen Midnight Mass, this is the one to watch. It is done by the creator of Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor. I think this is the best that he has done. I haven't seen Bly Manor, but I do love Hill House. But I think this one
Bly
is,
Manor
is
was
just
the worst one.
That's what I heard.
Mm.
I
but
heard it
think
was like a
this
repeat
one-
of Hill House. So
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Except-
Like out of all the things that
except
he's done,
boring.
this isn't a haunted house movie. This is a supernatural movie, but in a different way.
It's
and
not
there's
vampires. They never say vampires.
an
stop it.
Angel. We're gonna spoil this, by the way.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoilers!
Spoilers, I drank half a bottle of scotch.
We got as drunk as though you drank two.
Yeah.
A whole.
It's a miracle.
Somebody's
was-
been drinking that
Basically,
holy
it
communion
was water.
wine.
Hannah just like didn't have dinner and instead had scotch.
Scotch is dinner.
Yeah.
Avoid-
This is what we call empty calories. This is basically celery.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right, so anyway, since we're doing a review here, let's read the conceit of the show. Anybody have it up, or you want me to do it?
Do it.
All right, so an isolated island community experiences miraculous events and frightening omens after the arrival of a charismatic, mysterious young priest.
I thought
That's
they were gonna
it.
say the main character was the charismatic one. I was like,
Okay.
he's not at all. But the priest was.
Well, yeah, I wanna point out real quick that the priest was the brother from
Another mother.
the old Adventures of New Christine.
I've never seen that.
It was
True.
Julia Louise
New
Dreyfus's
Adventures of Old Christine.
the New Adventures of Old Christine. Did I say the Old Adventures of New Christine?
Mhm.
Oops. Stop. Reverse that.
All right, Willy Wonka. That was in the last show we talked about.
Yeah. Well, so he was Julia Louise Dreyfus's character in that show as her younger brother, and he was very derpy, and it was a little jarring at first to see him in this kind of a role in this, but he was
He knocked it out of the fucking
so good.
park.
He
Yeah, no, he
was
deserves all the
so
awards for this.
fucking good and deserves all the Emmys.
Yeah.
And I give him the banjo.
That was a home run.
I know, but give him the banjo. That's the award.
Banjo.
You win a banjo and a kazooie.
You did it.
The highest of awards. You get the kazooie too.
Monsignor, whatever.
And you get a quick appearance from Evelyn. Woo! That's all you get.
Wow.
You know what's really funny is that Hannah, her screen looks like it's lagging, but it's just because she's so drunk.
So drunk.
It's another computer game.
I'm just glad
Um,
that I'm in company here. So
I'm not even
Definitely.
there yet. I don't think I'm gonna get there.
Imagine,
No,
That's
Jason,
why
imagine
I'm
if
getting my
you
wa-
went
my-
to
I'm
like,
getting my
you got a
water.
new drunk friend.
imagine
out,
if you went to
Jason.
lessons for religion for like 10 years and then in one miniseries we're taught like, yeah, you're right, it's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I
That's
don't
Midnight
have to.
Mass. What's up?
I
So
don't
that's
have
part of
to
the- that-
imagine
that
because
is-
I was indoctrinated as fuck, and
Well, that's
Me
part
too.
of the. That's part of
Same.
what
Catholicism to Mormon. What up?
that's part of what I think made this show interesting was that yes, if you have your anti-religion opinion, which I share, you will like eat up that stuff. But this does a great job of showing the difference between good followers of religion and bad followers of religion. 'Cause,
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
you know, you have your almost Stephen King like character Bev, who is the crazy
Bev.
religious nut job
Good
of the show, and she's the bad one. But then you also have the Monsignor, who I would argue is a good one.
Very.
But
Yeah.
again, he
Like-
you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Everybody
kinda
is
what
so
he plays.
deceived in this show. It's amazing
Even
to
like
see.
so on, so like you know the guy that puts
Well,
everything
he
in
had-
motion. He's almost a bad guy, Father Paul, but he is a good guy. Like he's doing everything for the right reason.
He has good
had
intentions.
good-
Yeah,
He
definitely.
had such good ideations. He had like this whole like
And
idea
I
in
don't-
mind, but the people that he was working with just ended up not being as
So
willing or pure or whatever.
I think
as
this
he
is
was
a good.
hoping
I think
were
this is
going
like an
to work
interesting
with
show
this.
because it is very like the religion not so great, but it doesn't completely trash religion. Like it
No.
does make its argument for it. Even has multiple religions within the show, even one that we're not
Yeah.
as familiar with as I would say as Americans. Like I this is the first time I've seen any type of like Muslim worship from a not bad guy
yeah.
as Hollywood would make them out. Like
Yeah.
I've seen like
Can we talk about
what's-
Raul
And he
at
was the
some point,
fucking
too?
sheriff too.
yeah, what's
We
that Don
did-
Cheadle movie from early 2000s?
Oh.
Dunstan checks in.
Yes, where he plays he's I guess a sleeper agent in a terrorist group, but for the good.
I
Anyway,
have so many toys.
that's the only other time I've seen the Muslim like religion on TV, and this one put it in a pretty positive light, I thought, and actually you actually get to see some of the things that they have to go through just every day. But again,
So
like I
let's
feel like there's
say-
a lot of people that are going to say this movie is like super anti-religion, and I don't think it is.
I don't think it
entirely.
is,
I
yeah.
think it does
No.
an argument for both sides pretty well.
Just the fact.
So
that
let's
it
say religion is
incorporates-
a He-Man. He-Man is a good dude.
Yeah, Jesus.
We all trust him.
Yeah, I trust Jesus.
But then there's Faker,
Ah,
who takes all the
Digress.
good parts of He-Man, but maybe perverts them a little bit because he wants to like really help out this dude Skeletor. And Skeletor is a bad guy.
yeah. So there's Antichrist
like-
and the one Jesus.
He uses Faker, who's similar to He-Man, because he's like, hey, He-Man's right. And we're all like, yeah, of course He-Man's right. But we're not ready to go there. So he's like, but let's go a little Faker first. And you're like, fuck yeah, Faker. Let's go with that dude. And you think you're worshiping He-Man, but the reality is, here comes Skeletor. You weren't very ready for Skeletor. That
I'm
dude
always
just
ready
came out
for
of nowhere.
Skeletor,
I
to be
wasn't ready
honest.
for any of this.
And then
at all.
like the whole time you're like, hey, I think Skeletor might be wrong. Fuck you, but here's Evil Lynn. And she's like, shh, Skeletor's
I'm
right. And
evil,
you're
that's
like,
my first
you're
name."
right, dude. Skeletor might be right. Maybe I
Such
go
a
with
Bev.
Skeletor.
Such a Bev. You're right. Oh my god. So let's just kind of break down like a plot synopsis, kind of just front to back. I think that's the best way to approach talking about the show, is just talking about like what happens in it.
Yeah, I need at least 10 more minutes before the scotch wears off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. The 10
So-
minutes ought to do it.
All right, counting now. We start the show from I would say the perspective of what's his face,
Riley.
Riley.
Right. Yes.
Riley.
And
Riley
so-
Finn.
Yeah, so we get his perspective from the beginning of the show where he caused a drunk driving accident, got someone killed, did some time,
Oh,
goes back home,
shucks.
and he goes back home to this island, which is kind of crazy to me because I want that to be a real place, and it kind of is, but the real place is sinking, and the place they filmed that is in Canada, so it's not actually a legit real place, but it's a small town community that is literally an island. The only way into town is through a ferry or a fisherman boat. It's a fishing community. The buildings are all like rusted to hell because of the seawater, the paint's
Yeah.
peeling.
Haunting looking for sure.
Yeah, almost ghost town if it weren't for the people there.
But again, we were talking about other horror shows earlier. I think it was even off recording. I wouldn't characterize this as I wouldn't classify this as a horror show. Like, it's a drama, but I wouldn't classify it as horror as far as like, it's not. There's really not much scary about it. It's pretty.
Well, so again, what I was
Yeah,
saying,
horror
in-
drama.
Like the last 2 episodes, maybe.
Yeah,
what I was saying in the previous episodes was that doesn't scary doesn't mean horror.
yeah, you're right.
This is a horror movie. Literally, the evil of it is a vampire. Spoiler, but it is a horror movie. Like what happens on the island is kind of horrifying when you think about it. It just
Oh,
happens so
definitely
slowly.
horrifying. A horrifying situation for sure.
But yeah, none of it is scary. The only thing that really kind of scared me was just the visions of the dead girl. Like,
Yeah.
it just didn't happen, and that kind of spooked me. But
I loved how they showed.
and
Oh,
creeping outside the window kind of scary.
yeah, I loved how they showed every time he went to bed. Like, even they would show him laying down on his side, and you could see the police lights, the red and blue lights, just like shining on the wall behind him. And then you see from his
Yeah.
point of view, and he sees that dead girl's face that he
And she
killed in
has,
that
like,
drunk
glass on
driving
her face,
accident.
and you see the glass reflect the light and everything.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So cinematography wise, the show was amazing. I fucking loved all the shots. Everything about it was so well shot and well acted. There's so much good acting in this show.
And so on the island there is a church, and everyone on the island is pretty religious. It's a Catholic church, and their priest has gone on a
A
some sort of trip
2-week
or-
sabbatical.
Mission.
yeah, missionary trip type of thing to go to was it Israel to go see the wall and all that
Israel.
stuff. And he hasn't returned, and so there is a substitute, I guess, priest coming to the island just to take up his duties until he returns because he's sick and he needs to get well on the mainland.
So
We
they say.
learn, yeah. So by the third episode, I think we all agree. Third episode's kind of where stuff really kick off. As far as like we get to learn what.
Oh, Hannah's gone.
Been gone for a while.
Yeah.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
And it freaked out for a minute.
Spooky stuff happened on the island, I guess, at the beginning. Like we see a bunch of dead cats.
And they all had their
Someone
necks
sees-
bitten.
Someone sees the
Yeah.
monster just like running on the beach at night.
Well, he claims
being a
that,
romantic.
but nobody believes him.
It wasn't
Right.
even the Monsignor. It turned out that it was the vampire wearing
I think it
the.
still was.
Okay, Jason.
I still
hold
think it
on,
was the Monsignor. I don't think it
jeez.
was a vampire in there.
No, it was the vampire.
Weird stuff happens at the beginning of the show, and then by the third episode, we figure out that there's miracles happening because they have there's a vampire on the island that the Monsignor brought back, and he's using the blood of the vampire to heal the town. All that's
Yeah, so like
I don't wanna,
real
like-
miracles are happening because they're drinking vampire blood.
and I don't really know where to go from there. Like I'm trying not to like really steamroll through it, but I'm trying to
That's
describe
pretty.
the
I mean,
Well,
that's pretty much it.
That's dead on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get into the conversation of how much do these miracles mean to people to keep doing it? Are they angels? Is this a heaven sent, or is this, devil's blood, so to speak? Are we? What's the balance, and what do
Yeah,
you?
and,
Well,
well,
the-
from
How
the
do you answer
perspective-
that?
From the perspective of the town, like it's straight miracles. Like they don't know the source at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when they do, that's the question.
What were we gonna say, Stace?
The big thing that stuck with me is just how much vampires and rebirth in the Bible kind of
They match
correlate.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a
And
bit. Yeah,
yeah,
or
and
zombies. So
like
it
just
depends.
yeah, just that whole
Werewolves.
like rebirth. No, nope, not werewolves, but just the blood being part of a life-giving thing, and the rebirth, and something about sunlight. But
Yeah, there's quite a bit of Bible verses
there
in
was
there, and
so much of it, at least from like, if not Revelations, but like towards like the end of the Bible, that just really like very, very vampiric. Um,
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
they're able to really like pull specific quotes out, which is interesting, and
yeah.
also to the point where the I would say I guess Bev would be the bad guy when you think about it, where she
oh yeah,
was
Oh,
pulling the
definitely.
specific quotes to push her own argument, push her own agenda,
She
and
was
I
Yeah.
like
definitely the manipulator in that
yeah, and I
whole
feel like that's
thing.
very
Very, very
I
similar to a
That's
certain
true.
preacher in Tower District
well
right
like
now.
I
mm,
mean even outside of that like
yeah,
every single church you will see that person like they are
Yeah.
there. There's
Yeah.
always
yeah,
one
There's
there.
always that
They
one.
you know I'm better than you because I go here 5 days out of the week and you only come up on Easter or you know they make a big deal with just holidays or
Yeah.
you know
or
you're an average
just
person that just goes on
use
Sunday.
Bible verses to justify their means.
Yeah,
Doesn't
exactly.
But when
necessarily
they're
have to
met
go
with
hand in
one
hand,
that but when they're met
and
with one that
it could
contradicts
just be
what
interpreted a certain way.
Yeah,
but when they're met with
Hmm.
one that contradicts what they say, they have some way of
Another one
explaining
to
out of
reverse
it.
that. They
Yeah,
do a
well, they
Uno
have some way
reverse
of
card on you.
explaining their way out of it,
about
like,
four.
oh, but actually that doesn't really apply because this is a Tuesday. So
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I've known people like that who will use any Bible verse. So I grew up uh in a like a Pentecostal church where like people were swinging from the
Swinging on
rafters
snakes.
and I like performing miracles and like I've seen people get up out of
I
wheelchairs.
was evangelical.
Yeah,
I get you.
and it's like it's nuts
Jason,
and
Jason.
yeah,
Oh
exactly.
God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And
Oh,
like so many of those
to
things
see
is
your foot,
like
Stacy.
the people that were put in the wheelchair, it's like whenever you think about it, it's like the reasons they were put in the wheelchair, they weren't paralyzed, they were in the wheelchair for other reasons and they
My
could
beaver.
temporarily get up and walk around, but then they still needed the wheelchair and shit to get around. Um but like I've seen people perform miracles and I've seen crazy stuff like that. So like watching this show, it was just like, oh my god, I like I could really identify with
Yeah.
like for the longest time I grew up basically believing magic existed.
Hmm.
And so like watching this show, it was
Speaking
pretty
in
crazy
tongues.
sometimes just being like, yeah, I get it. Like once you see when you don't know very much about the world and then and especially when you're isolated in this little tiny town and then you see proof of all this stuff and every single time they associate it with, oh, the Bible says this and this happened and people twist the words to be like, oh, then that means this and that's why this happened.
Hmm.
and and it's so convincing, it's just insane. I mean, I saw that stuff happen in real life. So all this stuff that was happening in the show, the way people would react was just so believable. It was insane. And it very much reminded me of my own life up until I was about 15 years old.
Or just like how willing they are to like
Yeah.
believe it. Like they don't even really necessarily even need to see it in front of their eyes. It's just coming from somebody that they trust, somebody in authority that they believe has done miracles or whatever. They just, or somebody that has been that's in authority in the church, like says a thing like, drink this, you're gonna die, but you'll come back to life
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like you get
and live
Mhm.
forever.
like that's the
And
whole
then
like
they just willingly chug it fucking down,
yeah, that's
and
like a
after
that's an
even
example.
seeing what happens,
That's an
like,
example of like even like an actual death cult like that. Like
Yeah.
they
it is, it's
slowly get
Jonestown.
yeah they slowly get old into that. They don't. It's not like bam drink this thing you're gonna die but it's gonna be
Oh
okay.
yeah, it is
They
like a
they
gradual.
slowly brainwashed into it and we see a little bit of that. Um, the one thing I got to call out about this show is the one thing that bugged me, which was that these people live in a reality where vampire stories don't exist. Like they've
Yeah.
never heard of a vampire.
Yeah, They've
Like, how do
never
you
heard
like?
of vampires
Oh,
before
we're gonna
somehow.
be reborn through God, but we blow up in the sun.
Yeah.
You almost
This
have
sounds
to
kind
let
of like a
that go
vampire.
though. The same way like you let go like in The Walking Dead, they've never heard of zombies.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, I understand like how they get to where they're going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
if you're looking for a answer, you're gonna take the first answer that like hits what you're looking for
Yeah.
versus really having like critical thinking skills
yeah.
about
Because
that thing.
It's
I think
very easy
did
to
both
just buy into something like that
did
when
both shows
you
do Occam Razor? This one did for sure, right? I think did Squid Game
Oh,
talk
for
about that
sure.
too?
Yeah.
Occam Racer.
Yeah, Occam's Razor, the most likely scenarios, the
No, I know,
scenario that happened.
but I don't think that that really came into play with Midnight Mass.
No, they
Well,
mentioned it in there. It's someone. Again, there's we haven't even talked about this, but there's many monologues, and one of the monologues is about Occam's Razor.
Hey, let's
I remember
can we take
that.
like a quick break? I have to pee so bad.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Jason.
I don't. What is Arkham's Razor? I don't.
the simplest solution is the most likely.
Yeah.
Mm. So they just
I
believe
don't.
in miracles. So a miracle must be true.
No,
Well,
I
Go
that's
to
the
the
thing is
church.
like if your belief is already leaning toward one direction, you're gonna go in that
Yeah.
direction no matter what.
but
Yeah.
there's nothing simple about religion. So
Well,
the
well,
I
no.
would think the
Yes, in a
simplest
way.
the simplest result would be the most logical result, and there's really nothing inherently
Well,
logical when
you
it
kind
comes
of
to
get two sides
religion.
of that, like in that
So,
episode when she's walking again, right? It's like one, it's like no, like what is the medical science? Like were her muscles like did she get it wrong, like wrongly diagnosed? Could she
oh
be
no, no,
slowly
no, no.
healing? In the same like and then the same episode, you're getting people like, oh, it's church, it's a miracle. Jesus has healed her body. In both in their minds without explaining it in a simplest form, you're like, okay, I'm gonna believe XYZ because that's what I
Okay,
see.
but the very very end there, like when her and the guy are like sitting in the boat, and she's like, after like all the vampires or whatever have supposedly died, she's
Yeah.
like, I can't feel my legs.
Mhm.
So that is, I mean,
That was them
that
kind
Yeah,
of
but they weren't
that
trying to
patching
leads us to
the.
believe that, like, her being able to walk was absolutely based on having that vampire blood in her.
Mhm.
So there's no other logical explanation for why she was able to walk for that duration of the show other than
Yeah.
she had that vampire blood in
Well,
her
they
that
they
was
they made it.
fixing something inside of her
Yeah.
and making
Well,
her able to
they
walk.
made it a point to say that she went to communion every day,
Oh
and
yeah, no, yeah. They said, like,
and then you finding out that
she's gonna be the only one, like the morning communions or whatever, the ones that like nobody else went to. They were like, oh, she's gonna be her and like one other person are gonna be the only ones that you see.
yeah.
So
Well, and the
she was
trick
having all the blood.
they pull from the blood perspective and beyond is that like they're not wrong. Like the reality of it is they're not wrong. Like she does walk because she took in the blood of Jesus. So
Hmm.
like that does happen.
Well, that what they were
Blood
saying
crystal.
was the blood of Jesus. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the trick of it is like from her perspective she's not wrong,
Yeah, because none of
but
them
from
knew it was
like
spiked.
from a 1,000-foot view you're looking at it and you're like, well, clearly like I can tell you a million different directions why you're wrong.
Yeah.
But from her perspective she is 100% right.
Yeah, because it was no different than any other communion, and all of a sudden now I can walk. They don't know what's going in the communion
Exactly.
wine and all that stuff.
But
Right.
because they were basically being drugged by their parishioner from the
Yeah.
start.
Well, and he
So
believed that it was an angel. There
and
was
he
the
did.
blood
He
of an
believed
angel.
he believed he was
And
doing good.
yeah,
Yeah.
to go further into the plot
So
there, we learned that the old man Monsignor is actually the young priest in town. He's turned young again by this
surprise.
vampire.
The
But
vampire
there's
made
weird
him drink his
rules.
blood.
There's weird vampire rules in this because
Yeah.
everyone can gain these rejuvenating powers through the blood of this angel. but they're not turned into vampires until they die while it's still within their body, and then they become vampires. So the priest, like for most of the show, is walking around during the daytime until like I guess the third episode,
Third or
and then
fourth.
and
Yeah.
where he
Third or fourth.
dies, and they don't really go into detail on how he died. I think we can all assume that he poisoned himself
Well,
Yeah, I
no,
think he got
because
because
poisoned.
the
Yeah.
angel
he
was
does a
communicating with him.
he does a spit up that is very similar to what we see
With the dog, Joe's
Yeah.
John
dog.
Coffey's dog do
John
earlier in the
Coffey.
episode. Is it John Coffey or
No,
Joe
that's
Coffey?
from freaking To Kill a Mockingbird or something like that. It was Joe.
Yeah,
Joe Coffey?
I
Joe
think that was
Collie.
Joe Collie. Yeah.
Joe
Joe
Collie was
Collie.
Yeah, Joe's
Whatever.
dog who got into that rat poison.
Pike.
So was
It's
it Bev? Did she drop the hot dog?
It
Or
was
who?
yeah, it was
yeah.
there.
Bev killed the
There's
dog for sure.
Okay,
if
and
Bev,
then,
you
man.
but
if you
but I was
if
trying to
you
think.
if
Good.
you rewind it, you can see like just like the bottom of her skirt
Yeah.
when there's like a hot dog being dropped off in front of the dog.
Further evidence
But
that Bev was
She needed a hot
the
dog.
bad guy of the
Hey-o.
show. But so we see the priest die in a similar way where he's just coughing up like foam and blood and all that stuff, and he dies. Like they call it, he's dead, and then he comes back without even really any resuscitation. Just kind of okay, I'm okay.
And then right then
It's
and there,
implied-
all the
it's
people in that
implied
room,
he
those 4 people
died.
in the room are believers, like right then
Yeah.
and there.
But my question is, that's what he was told to do, I guess. Like I think he poisoned himself. Some people think that Bev poisoned him. Like,
I think
I don't
that
think so.
poisoned him.
but I think that this angel he says is communicating with him, is telling him what the next step is, and I think it is telling him, okay, the next step is for you to die, and then you will be reborn.
No.
And so he learns that lesson. Through faith, he took that faith. It worked, and so that's why he's okay with telling the town to do the same thing.
We lost
We lost Hannah.
Hannah.
Dun dun
She
dun.
she will be reborn
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Um,
Hannah is dead.
But yeah.
Long live Hannah.
and so that's why I don't think that he was poisoned by anyone but himself. He was.
I
led to
think
poison himself.
I think that regardless of I like the fact that they left that ambiguous, because in the grand scheme of things none of that matters. The point the only thing that really matters is that he died and was reborn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do
it
that a lot
is.
too. Like, there's a lot of ambiguity as far as like the actions. Like, we can only assume stuff. Stace, you said the skirts in the shot. I didn't see it, so
It
and
is.
it was kind of hard to see because it wasn't an obvious thing. So
It's very quick.
I think that's something that they also wouldn't mind to be thrown up in the air. Like, did she do it?
Oh, yeah,
More than
it's-
likely, but we don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you only would notice if you like rewound and went to search for it.
Yeah.
But
But so we see this priest become almost fanatical after that point. I think
Yeah. Well,
the way that he's trying to he's
Well,
trying to preach what he believes in, and it is what he truly
he's-
believes in. He's not
no.
trying to lead people astray. He is trying to convince them to see the thing the way that he sees. But I think that we get to what was I gonna say? We see this weird fanatic going on, and I think the audience's point of view almost makes you think he's the bad guy until further into the show, because I kind of
yeah.
did.
Yeah, me too. Stacy, you got a statement?
yeah, I feel the freneticism is coming more from Bev.
Yeah,
than
oh
him.
definitely, yeah.
He
100%.
he is kind of a lightning rod for it, but she is the one that is projecting all of
She
that.
is
Like,
the
we need
lightning.
to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this.
She's
this,
definitely
this,
manipulating
this.
everything from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He is just his whole focus throughout this whole thing is just purifying the souls on the island. He doesn't necessarily know how to do it, but he knows that inherently he thinks that he has discovered some kind of like special like secret thing to save the people on this island. Bev is interpreting this as something completely different,
Yeah.
and she is going full on like Children of the Corn fucking scary kid on this shit. And
She sees it as a position of power that she can finally like weasel
Exactly.
her way into, because that's what
Yeah.
she
He's-
wants, to be above
yeah,
everyone else.
the priest Father Paul is
Monsignor.
he has the best of intentions, just in the wrong way.
Yeah.
She is trying to dominate in some kind of fucking weird way.
It's a
Just take-
power
don't know.
play for sure.
Well,
It's a
just take
power play
yeah,
for
just take
sure.
charge and be able to tell people what to do. This show is majority, I would say, supporting characters.
Yeah.
Like I don't really,
Mhm.
I can't truly picture a lead because
Well,
we lose.
I feel like
who
Kate
Aaron.
Kate Siegel was probably the lead in my
Aaron,
opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even there, like she was just there to at
She
the
was
beginning.
the surprise
Because
lead.
it splits because at the beginning we get Riley, I would say, is the lead
Yeah.
at the beginning. Riley dies.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
That's
and then
the
from that point,
implication.
That was such a turn, though.
yeah, like that was
that
like,
ending of that
episode
I
episode
did not see
was
that coming at all.
nuts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I've read is like the
Like, what
implication
now?
that
Yeah.
the start of it is that you're led to believe that it's going to be a Riley father Paul, whatever the fuck his name is that he's going by
Father Paul.
the Monsignor.
Yeah.
It's going to
Well,
be their story.
we'll
but
talk about-
then it turns and
Well, I think that
it's an
that-
Aaron and
I
Bev
think that's
story.
I think that's what it. Well, I think that's what it turns to. It goes from Riley to Father Paul.
Yeah.
I think Father for me. Like I was saying, like
She is here.
I felt like I was led to believe that Father Paul is kind of the bad guy.
Well, you know,
however redeemable he is.
Yeah.
And then Riley dies, and then it becomes like more sympathetic towards Father Paul, and then I'm like, okay, I think this is kind of more.
You're
him.
right.
Well, talking about the
I-
roots of Christianity, talking about the like just the Jesus myth in general, Riley was the one who made the true sacrifice there. He was the one who went against his whole complete nature
Yeah.
to warn them about the true, you know, he was the only one who had truth and acted in truth on his side.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Aaron's scream was I think
Ooh.
the spookiest part of the episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was like so
That is-
heart wrenching for me.
It's
Yeah.
up there with Hill
was
House
the-
when the ghost screams in the car.
No, the choosing to continue Aaron's scream through the credits was the most haunting
Yeah.
fucking
Yes.
thing possible.
Yeah.
But Jason, what you brought up, just thinking about that like Riley as a vampire, he has not fed
Yeah.
since he turned. He is out there on the water alone with somebody, and he still is able to restrain himself from feeding to the point where he just burns alive.
Well, his parents
Like,
both say
that-
later on, they say I want to, but like it's a choice. I don't have
You
to.
don't. Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking though. Like,
No,
they're,
but
that
that's the
family,
thing, like-
that family specifically are the only. I guess the three of them are the only ones that didn't give in to the hunger. So
Well,
it's
the
kinda-
kid
but-
too.
but-
the
but
kid
we
was the
still-
only one who was able to actually get away.
right? But
Yeah, but
ones
we
that were-
see in episode 5, like where he's like, you know, exhibiting to Riley, like, I'm gonna let you get so close to Bev, and you're gonna want to bite her neck, and he does try to bite her neck, and he's and the father has to stop him.
They hold him back. Yeah.
Yeah, but when Riley's out there on the boat all alone with Aaron, he's still he does not even lunge at her. He doesn't even twitch.
I love
do
the
it.
dialogue between them.
Yeah.
Aaron
he is-
saying that you bring me out here to corner me. It's like, no, you have
Exactly.
it reversed.
because of the
I'm
implications.
He is
yeah.
like
Yeah. I
and-
didn't want to
and
give
because
myself
of the
anywhere to go.
implications- Because of the implications, I
Because of the
was
implications.
hiding over in my scary like horror corner when we
I was,
watch scary movies. I have to hide behind a corner because I'm like, oh no, oh my goodness, and
So but
all he
thinking,
does is just
thinking-
burn
thinking-
up right there.
thinking back on that and what we just said with his parents, I wonder like, what are we supposed to get out of that? Knowing that his family are the only ones with the strongest will to not succumb to the hunger.
Mm.
Because his parents don't feed and he doesn't feed,
No.
and his brother got away, but everyone else on the island, like, they went ravage.
Yeah.
His parents just like go and they eventually find each other, and it's
I'm just
it's
wondering,
so-
like, what
it's
are we
very
supposed to
sweet.
what are we supposed to read? into that
Technically,
about
he
their
did
family?
feed. I mean, he did have blood. The guy did cut his wrist and put it in the cup.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
he did have blood.
But
So we have almost like 3 different like paths, right? One that had blood. Both the parents turned but didn't, and then their
Yeah.
son, who wasn't bitten at all,
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you take away from that. I think a lot of different, like you're saying, a lot of supporting characters, because
Yeah.
almost each and every individual once had different life,
Yeah.
like choices to make. And that's look at the daughter.
Yeah.
The parents were begging her to just do it. You know, you look at the
I'm so
miracles.
proud
I'm
of
going to
her.
do it. You have to do it now.
Mm.
Same thing with
These losers.
the sheriff's son as well. I mean,
He
he
was
made his
all
own
for
choice.
it until he turned, and then he was like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?"
Oh God,
Mhm.
can we talk about that? Like that ending with with
Sheriff.
Hassan and his son. Like
That was
that
so
was
amazing and
like
sad.
just like the different endings for all of them. Like
Yes.
Hassan and his son, like his son like finally like coming and like praying with his dad again, and that just that I oh God, that broke me. And then
Yeah.
Bev like tried, and then she fucking digs like
That was
fucking rat that
amazing.
she
That
is.
was
She
such an
fucking dog
amazing,
the
just
rat
like
that
Mhm.
she
not
was, and I
dying
was
with
like, yes,
Thank
I
you.
knew it, you fucking
not dying
bitch.
with any dignity
Yes.
And
whatsoever. There's
Fuck
just
you.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of the show too, she even like references something like when God comes, like people
The cowards will
the
put their
rats will
Yeah.
like
heads
try
in
to
the
dig, yeah,
sand.
something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
I think that was my biggest takeaway of you see Bev, who's been preaching, 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 and we all know from the outside in, she's not
Yeah.
practicing what she's preaching at all,
Mm.
and she's throwing out these Bible verses left and right to justify her actions, and she's the coward trying to dig. And you see the churchgoers who had the best intentions when they went to church, they started singing all together, and
yeah,
they kind of accepted their fate. And then
yeah. It
you
was so
see
beautiful.
the sheriff and his son, and you
Yeah.
see
The one that
so many
she
different.
called dirty blood or muddy
Mhm.
blood or whatever, and
And the fact
they
that
have the most they have the
the
most
priest,
beautiful going out
yeah, the
possible.
priest and the doctor's mom, who like the doctor was their illegitimate child, and how they just
Yeah.
died on that
Oh,
bridge, and like that was just, it was so amazing. It was
Oh,
just,
Oh
wait a second.
yeah.
That's one thing I got to point out is the old
I
lady makeup on the young
yeah, that was pretty
actress.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's not an old
There was
person.
yeah,
plenty
I
of things
mean
in
it
this
was
Yeah.
it was
show.
pretty obvious,
The,
but yeah,
the, there was plenty of times in the show where I was like, man, this writer really likes to hear himself talk. Like, because like
Yeah, so
there was so
that's
many
the walk
monologues,
and
and I
talk,
was like,
yeah,
the walk and talk.
you're not listening to the character at that point. You're not listening to the character talk. You're listening to the writer work out
Episode
their
one,
own shit.
heavy in that. You could
Yeah,
tell that was like a pilot. Like, how are you doing? I am
Okay,
doing great. I came from prison.
yeah.
yeah,
How were the last 20 years? What's the background of this island? Oh, let me tell you. Even though you lived here.
yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes, it was very heavy on the walk and talk, but um the
oh,
monologues, not
they were
all of
well
them.
written.
There were some monologues that seemed kind of just like, fluffy, like, but like specifically Erin's final monologue when she's laying there,
Yeah,
like, okay, I will not get sappy right here, but that it came at a time where I needed it most. I had just lost somebody, and so
yeah,
it was very poignant and just I get where people are like, "Oh, too much talking, blah blah blah." I I love the talk. I would much rather have a whole bunch of really well worded talk describing just things beautifully like that, as opposed to some fucking crazy ass, like, action
But I
Yeah,
bullshit
think
that
I
we've
as
ever
the
seen.
writers, they didn't really find their voice till
yeah.
it went on. It
I,
felt
I
like.
it got to the point where it like felt almost shoehorned in. Like you would,
Mhm.
as soon as you saw two people together, you knew that the monologues were coming. And it's not
Yeah,
like the monologues themselves were bad. Like they
no.
weren't bad monologues. It was just so frequent that to me
Eh,
watching it, like it took me out every time.
it
I'm like,
wasn't
oh, monologue
natural.
time. Yeah,
no,
I could go.
it
Took a bit
definitely
of
wasn't.
time.
Yeah, get a
It
soda or something. And you could do that well, like a Tarantino movie. Like I feel like that's all they are, is just
Yeah.
monologues.
Yeah,
But
No,
it's
the
more
timing
natural. And this one, it did feel
Mhm.
off.
the timing was absolutely lacking on a lot of
So,
them. But I
so
just mean like the content of the talks.
Yeah, because I
The
mean, what
content of the monologues was
it's like
it made it worth it. Like even
they,
though they were like weirdly placed or like whatever, but like yeah,
you
I
got eight
get what
hours
you
of
mean,
show. I feel
but
like you can make that a little bit tighter.
yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah, they could
I
have
just
cut out several hours. So I'm really
for a
glad.
wordy bitch, I loved it.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I did this. I was texting Matt and Stacy here with
Oh yeah,
when I first started watching the show. I sent them. I want to type out all the questions I have now about Midnight Mass, not because I want you
Oh,
guys to
you
answer
did, yeah.
them, but because I want to laugh when I see the whole thing. So
You did.
my very first text. Okay, why did the priest trunk knock back to him when he knocked on it? Why the cats? I don't trust the mayor or that church lady. How the fuck did the priest get the girl to get out of the wheelchair? That thing in the abandoned house, is it the old priest? Is this like an alchemy thing? Is someone trying to make a rebus or a philosopher's stone or something? And then the next text, the face in the face in the window. I need all of this show in my brain right now. And then later on, I said, Stacy had said, "Oh, the cats bummed me out. It's implied someone brought the cats to the island at some point, and without a natural predator, the cat population exploded." And then you see later on that the vampire was like eating on the cats instead of eating on the
Yep.
people. And so I sent back, I said, I know that, but I mean, why the bites? And now it seems like a vampire thing. I hope I'm wrong. And then the very next text is just,
That's why I didn't
so,
reply.
yeah, I just said, so it's vampires then, dot.
Yep.
Just because I was
Angels.
so disappointed.
No,
Because
that's
I
why
wanted,
I didn't say anything.
yeah,
'Cause I
I
was like,
wanted,
how do I reply to this?
I just
Like,
wanted something different. And then Matt responds, they never said the word vampire in the show.
no, they don't. It's
Wrong.
just blood sucking, flying beastie.
Yeah. But like even though I was disappointed at the fact that it was just vampires, the way they
Angel. They're angels.
yeah, the way they did it and the way everything shook out at the end was good, and it was stressful and well written, and
I
like I can't complain about it. I enjoyed the whole ride.
just like thinking about them, like the parents, like at the end there, like holding hands and shit,
Yeah.
and like
Just
that,
accepting their fate.
just how ominous that was. Them like all gathering, like and singing, and like yeah, like here we've got like Raul and his son like over there doing their prayer thing, and then we've got like rat ass Bev pretending to be pious, and then at the very end like trying to dig her way into like
Just get out of the
sanctuary.
sunlight. Yeah.
And then the rest of everybody just like accepting their fate. And
they turned a SpongeBob meme into a conclusion of a show.
Yeah.
Where we did it, Patrick. We saved the city, and then everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bev just burned the city down.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
poetic justice.
Well, and the fact that she's like, "Oh, we'll burn the whole city down. They'll have no choice but to come to my rec center that I had built."
Yeah,
It's so
the one-
everything
Yeah.
about her was just so
Exactly.
selfish and so just like me.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Like
Yes,
that's
she
why I
built
like
a
I am
vet
so like I think
I think she played that very well, though. I do need to give props to the actress there, and like
Oh,
don't
yeah.
hate her because
Yeah.
she
Oh,
was very
yeah,
sweet
no,
in real
she-
life. But she did this well, and
Oh yeah.
like I
played it
knew these people that
Samantha
that acted like that.
Oh
Sloan?
yes, Samantha Sloan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My
same.
favorite.
I knew these people. I fucking knew these people. I grew up with these people
Yeah.
in my little hometown. Like this is if that happened there, this is exactly what would happen. Like
Yeah.
the Mennonite church would like, try and like dictate everything and like it's chilling. It's
It's crazy to think, wow, that is what would happen. Like,
Yeah,
just straight
it
up.
is.
My favorite actors in this were Joe Colley and
Yeah, Joe Colley's up there.
Sheriff Hassan. They
Joe-
both their performances to me were the best. Well, I mean, the
Yeah.
priest was too, but
Joe Colley was
Joe Colley,
incredible.
the scene that really got me. Well, there was the 2 times he cried. It was the one
Yes.
where his dog died, and then the other one,
In
the
the-
girl,
RV.
the wheelchair
In the
girl,
RV.
went in to
Ah.
In the
just like
RV.
forgive him, and he just
Yeah.
breaks down.
Yeah. In
Oh,
the
man.
RV.
Such
was a
a
great
good
scene.
actor.
Robert
I
Longstreet.
Oh
I
yeah.
will be. I know that priest is probably gonna get like up for an Emmy or whatever.
I feel
He
like he
should,
was the
right?
lead, to be
For
honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Netflix.
it
He
reveals
will
the way it happened.
definitely.
Linklater.
Hamish Linklater. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Hamish.
I think he was a standout. There was
He
a
was
lot of
incredible.
great actors and actresses, but I think he was
But
the
him,
highlight for me.
Yeah.
Bev,
He's just so
and
charismatic. Like
and
he
Joe Colley
he was
were.
definitely like the cool priest, but didn't sit backwards on the chair. Kind of cool.
Yeah,
like, legit
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He was just honestly cool. Like, he had such good
It was
intentions.
And it's
his.
crazy that he had that swagger, being like a 90-year-old man.
Yeah.
It was like it was the way like the what is it the
To me, it was like
focus
the
the eye
sincerity, the sincerity
eye
of what he was saying for me.
the you could tell he was making eye contact with the people he was doing scenes
He was
with. Like,
convicted.
he was
Yeah.
so fucking intense in
Yeah.
that way that like
His monologues
you
were the
could
best
tell
monologues.
he was not like
I agree. They were.
he wasn't acting to a mannequin, he was acting to actual people.
Yeah.
Like that kind of
Well, from
intensity.
watching Rahul Kohli's Instagram and stuff, they were actually on that island. Like, they
well,
all were together on that island, just lived together.
Hey, did
they're
you
in Canada.
Yeah.
Raul broke Sturge's nose in one scene.
Oh, nice.
What?
In
Yeah,
real life,
no, that-
the
that-
guy that plays
that-
the sheriff broke the bigger henchman vampire guy.
The guy Sturge that took that was the one
mechanic.
that took the first
The first guy to
Thing.
die
Oh,
in
yeah.
the church.
Raul accidentally broke his fucking nose in the scene where he was like fighting them off or whatever when he's getting wrestled to the
Oh,
floor.
yeah,
In
yeah.
there, he took
just
a
like one quick
he took a swing at him and he accidentally broke the guy's nose in real life.
Dang.
And at the Raul again, he's part of this group of.
Funhouse.
He's kind of part of Funhouse. He's part of like the people from Funhouse, this other like YouTube stuff that we follow.
Idiot
Really
and the
funny guy.
Idiots and Abroad.
Yeah, idiots in a broad podcast. Really funny. He's part of it. He was telling a story on one of the recent episodes where the general store where the sheriff's office is like actually packed with actual food,
Yeah.
but the prop guy like would get on everyone's ass like, don't eat that, it's props, like it's not, there's the whatever food table the actors get is over there.
People were
These are-
eating the props from the commissary.
these are props. And so on the day that Rahul was doing his sheriff's monologue, I guess he said he's like feeling like a tough guy after getting through it, and he goes right in front of the prop guy, grabs a bag of Skittles, and just to be an asshole, like gonna pop one in his mouth, and as soon as he crunched down, broke his tooth.
Yeah. No, I thought it was he pulled out a filling.
His
No,
crown
well-
came off because he
Oh,
chomped down on it.
Yeah. He pulled his crown off.
Yeah.
Because they were like 3 years old or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
prop food. Yeah.
It's prop food. Yeah, exactly. Like you don't eat the prop candy.
Yeah.
or
Oh,
anything
that
like
was so funny. Like,
Unless you're intended to eat the prop food, you don't consume the prop food.
yeah. Well, what do you guys say about giving it a little rating? Let's do
wanna
let's
do,
do an
okay.
old that movie
So-
podcast style rating
Yeah,
for this.
So Alex, back in the day when we had our older podcast, we would rate
Oh.
something from 1 to another number that you get to make up,
It's
but it's
completely
kind of-
arbitrary.
but it's kind of related to the show. So like
Okay.
like how Jason on the last episode was, out of however many won, that was his rating.
Gotcha.
So you want to go first, Jason?
I'll give this this show in its entirety. This is a hard one to rate because there were things I really liked about it, and then there was things I was disappointed by. But the things I really liked outweighed the disappointment. I'm gonna rate this 5 out of 7 Skittles
It's a small bag.
and 1 tooth crown.
I think that's good.
Maybe.
It's gonna be a 9 out of 10 dead cats for me.
Oh.
Oh,
I will give it a 7 out of 7 sacraments.
I was thinking dead cat, so I can't use that now.
Yeah, you
7
can.
whole
Why not?
days.
Oh man. Let's see.
You could do
Shit.
dead villagers.
To
Oh, ooh.
cups of poison punch.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah,
give it
Poison hot dogs to the dog.
a 1 out of 1. Oh, poison hot dogs.
Rat poison hot dogs.
That rat poison killed quite a bit too.
Yeah.
I'll give it 10 out of 12 burning buildings.
Oh, there we go. That's a good one.
Nice,
There you
nice,
go.
nice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
check it out if
All
you haven't
those
already.
buildings
Sorry, we
did
ruined it
burn,
for you.
so-
It's a good show.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, still watch it because it's like seriously, like I was saying, the cinematography on it's
I mean,
amazing. The
If
acting
you
is
haven't
amazing.
watched it, sorry that we spoiled the whole fucking thing.
That's
Nah,
nice.
for you
no,
who
it's their own
listened to it
fault
this
for
far
watching
in.
it.
Sometimes you gotta experience it, even if you knew
Yeah.
what's gonna
It
happen.
is.
Well, I think
It
it-
is an experience.
I think it actually would be pretty interesting to watch it again because
Oh,
there's some things
yeah.
that we would have missed. Like Jason, when
already-
after you had watched it, you said something, but I was like, yeah, the priest was on the boat because I remember seeing the priest in the background getting the chest off. The
Yeah,
boat.
I didn't
Oh,
see
really?
that.
Riley's coming off the boat.
And,
yeah,
and my
Really?
whole
Like,
impression was
focusing
because
on
I was
tugging
stuck on
off
the
the boat.
cats. I was stuck on the cats, and I was like, they never explained the cats.
Yeah.
Because I from my impression the cats washed up on the beach before the priest got there. I never
Yeah.
saw the fact that the priest had got there first. I never
no,
put
the-
it together.
yeah, because
The
it was like a
priest
later
was on the
episode or
boat.
something.
The priest was on the boat when Riley was getting
Yeah,
off
but I
the
didn't
boat,
see. I
so
didn't see that.
It was that
Yeah.
early on. But yeah, like same thing with like seeing like Bev's like the flash of Bev's skirt when that hot dog is laid down for the dog.
The
Like, all those-
eyes when they're in like
all-
that camp with like
Yeah, you see the eyes.
all
the
those
smoking
little things.
weed,
Yeah.
but one was like higher up than
Yeah.
the
Yes.
cat.
Yes,
That was
I
so
wanna,
cool.
I want to rewatch it.
I
Me
saw
too.
that one, and that was like, oh shit! Like there was a couple of things that made me go, oh shit. And then, but then,
Yeah.
like they take the mystery out of it so fast, and that's what I didn't like about the show.
Mm.
Is they just let on so quick in episode 3? They're like, oh yeah, that it's vampires, and then after
Only
that, it's
9
just like,
episodes though, so I
They
kind of
just
have
kinda-
to.
no,
Yeah.
I think they if they could keep it that way until the end, and
Well,
And
it'd be
I
kind
like
of
the way-
hard, but
like the
like
way
I
they
get
did it.
they. I
And
get
I'm glad
they
it
give
wasn't
up the
Ghost because
bag,
again, I
but-
was thinking like Ghost. the
I
entire
was
time.
thinking Ghost too. I had no
I'm
idea.
so- I'm
Didn't
just
watch
happy
the
it was-
trailer.
and I
Nothing.
was going a completely different way. I was thinking like, is this going to be some sort of weird alchemy thing? Are they trying to make a philosopher's stone or a rebus or something crazy? Like
I
I
thought
was,
vampires from the start.
yeah.
Rebus
And so
McIntyre?
anyway, I really
Thanks for
did
having
like.
me on
Yeah, I'm
the
glad.
Dynamite Hour.
Yeah,
glad
hell
you
yeah.
can join us.
And thank you, Hannah, for joining us for a little bit there.
Wherever you are, Hannah.
Hannah, wherever you are,
Whatever
we love
other world
you.
you're in right now, probably the
Send pictures.
toilet world.
Yeah, send pictures from the kitchen towel.
Hannah's
Yeah.
in whiskey world, Scotch world,
I just saw an angel. you
Scotch
guys.
stand.
Scotchy Scotch.
I'm gonna take a
down in my
screenshot.
belly.
I'm gonna take
Yum,
a
yum,
screenshot
yum.
of her like just looking really drunk, and then I'm just gonna say welcome or greetings from Whiskey World.
No, it's Scotch.
Whiskey-
Scotch.
Oh yeah,
Here
from
it
Scotch
goes
Town.
down in my belly. Yum yum yum.
Anyway,
The
thank you
crock
guys for listening. I don't know.
Yep.
What do we do at the end? I mean, there was such a long break when my computer was not cooperating, and now we're recording
you-
again.
You can find me and Alex on 3 hours later.
Hell yeah.
We review stuff that's pretty cool.
Yeah, keep subscribe on the YouTubes so we can get a URL. And we're on
if you
Facebook.
wanna-
Just look up Dynamite Hour or the Dynamite
Oh.
Hour.
Dynamite Hour, Twitter.
Instagram, which we haven't done
Dynamite
anything with
Pod-
yet.
Well, that's my fault because I've been.
Oh, and
lazy.
tpublic.com/user/dynamite-hour. Go buy some shirts. I make shirts.
They're
Gotta make-
really cool looking.
Gotta
too.
combine Squid Game and Midnight Mass together somehow.
Squid Night
Squid
Mass.
Mass.
Yeah, we'll put on a shirt.
That was Hannah's thing, wasn't it? Squid Night
No!
Mass.
Yeah.
Squid Night Mass.
Yeah.
That has to happen. Oh my god.
Oh, I have to draw things now. All right, everybody. Bye.
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 Yeah,
Rebus
and so
McIntyre?